Yesterday was day 14 of my carnivore experiment and didn't have any morning clients yesterday. I had to do a quick trip to the farmer's market with my little one to pick up a couple things that we were missing. So I had a late breakfast yesterday, 6 eggs and 6 slices of bacon kind of just all mushed together in this messy omelet. From there, I had a nice sauna session, got into the sauna and downed a bottle of water, 20 ounces with some chlorophyll. I'm getting a lot of questions about the sauna, how long, how often, how hot are the saunas, etc. My ideal scenario for the sauna is getting in there 4 times a week for at least 30 minutes each time. The saunas can range from between 160, 170 on the lower end to like 200 degrees on the higher end. If you're in one of those hotter saunas, 200 degrees, whatever, and it gets overwhelming, sit on the low bench, on the lowest part of the sauna, or transition from the lower middle bench to even the floor for when it gets a little overwhelming. But ideally, you want to be in there for about 30 minutes, if not longer. If you can build it up to 35 minutes, if you can build it up to 45 minutes. And that's going to help get a lot of the deeply seated toxins that are in our body from way back when we were kids, even to the stuff that we're constantly exposed to today. I mean, I live here in LA, I walk outside, I'm constantly exposed to all sorts of shit in the air, not even having to do with this fire, but they're always spraying stuff in the air. There's obviously the car pollution that goes on. Everything around you is toxic. If you spray perfume, it's toxic. If you're using a lot of cleaning agents, it's toxic. I can go on and on. So the sauna is critical for that. So quick answer is 2 to 4 times a week would be ideal. If you can get in there for at least 30 minutes, if not 40, 45 minutes, that's even more ideal. And over time, it's just going to start to yank a lot of those toxins out of you. Again, shit that's maybe in the food, especially if you eat out or if you eat the processed stuff. And even if you don't, I eat, prior to this carnival month, I eat 90% of my shit comes from farmers markets. But 10% may come from a restaurant or from, a snack that my wife likes to put in the cabinet that I can't resist. So getting into the sauna starts to yank a lot of that stuff out of you and you're going to feel great. I cannot stress that enough. Take a water bottle with you so you can keep the fluid moving. And I recommend you put some chlorophyll because that's going to start purifying and cleaning the body and the blood from the inside out. So make that happen as soon as you can. Make that a practice. So yeah, after sauna, came home and got in a quick protein smoothie. And then from there, I wanted to get a workout, got a quick teaspoon of honey, got an early workout before clients at the facility. And then in between clients, I had a delicious filet mignon steak that my wife made for me in the afternoon. And then finally, at the end of my day, just 6 ground chicken meatballs. That's one of my favorite go-to meals. Just grab some chicken, egg yolks, and just mash them up into little meatballs, throw them in the oven. And that's an easy, high-protein meal. It's delicious. It tastes good. Throw some spices in the chicken. So yeah, I'm going to start putting some of the recipes that have been some of my favorite recipes. Most of my wife cooks. I can't even take credit for any of that. But the recipes are fairly simple to follow. And if you're getting bored with food, it's a good idea to have some recipes that kind of inject a little fun, inject a little flavor into your nutrition, but still obviously keep it healthy, keep it sustainable. And that's about it yesterday. Felt good during the workout. Felt great during the sauna session. Those days where I do sauna sessions, especially in the middle of the day where I still got stuff going on in the afternoon, initially I'm a little bit tired because it just drains you. Like when I get out of that sauna, I'm like, so you feel like heavy, you feel like you just want to lay down. You feel like I definitely feel like I wanted to just sit in the sun and just soak up some vitamin D. But I felt good. I felt good throughout my training session. I felt good working with clients last night. And then I also felt good. I had to do a little more computer work. So yeah, I'm definitely experiencing some of the mental clarity and some of the clean energy benefits that the carnivore protocol says, happens when you engage in it. So yeah, I'm loving it. And it's really hasn't been that difficult to maintain. There's definitely, if you're going to do this long term, I would imagine that there are some challenges and little obstacles that you may have to deviate from or overcome down the road. Socially, things like that, if you want to go out or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you want to go out with friends and have and go to a restaurant, just have a steak, have a steak. it's going to be really interesting to see after these 30 days when I return to incorporating some carbohydrates back into my meals, have the occasional snack, whatever it is. It's going to be interesting to see how my body responds to that, how I feel energy-wise, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what my next step is because of that. Maybe I end up doing something like this more consistently. So yeah, as always, if you guys have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to leave in the comment section below, and I will get back to you guys right away. Recipe for the smoothie and the broth are in the description below. This weekend, I'm going to make it a point to do the mayonnaise recipe and include that in there, homemade mayonnaise. It's just a couple of ingredients: mustard, boiled eggs, spin it in a blender, apple cider vinegar. But I'll put the details in that. It's very good, high protein, low calorie mayonnaise. And I'm also going to make it a point, as I said, to redo the protein smoothie and the broth. Just have it defined 10 minutes to do it, but I will. So yeah, I will catch you guys on the very next update.